Hello everybody, it's Terry back in another video. Oh boy, my tennis friends all around the world. Novak Djokovic is through to quarterfinal at French Open 2024 after coming back from 2-1 down for the second time in this tournament. He did that in the third round as well against Lorenzo Musetti, and 2 days later, barely 2 days, one day and a half later, because his match finished so late against Musetti a couple of days ago. He does it again. Novak Djokovic, baby, he comes back from 2-1 down against Surendulu, and this time around he was even in more trouble because he was a break down in that fourth set. He was 4-2 down in the fourth set. But Djokovic, the warrior, the gladiator, the terminator that he is, the never giving attitude that he has, he will never surrender, baby. He will never say you won until the last point is finished. And he just really didn't want to go down without a fight. And he really was in a war there. He fought like his life was on the line. He never gave up, and he came back in that fourth set. He took back that break that Cerundolo had in that fourth set and leveled the match in that fourth set to 4-all. And then towards the business end of the fourth set, Cerundolo, he actually had even one break point opportunity in that 11th game of the fourth set, in that 5-all game where Djokovic was serving to make it to 6-5, and Surendulu actually had one break point opportunity to make it to 6-5, and then tried to serve it out the match 7-5 in that fourth. But Djokovic saved that break point opportunity towards the business end of the fourth set that Surendulu had, and made the match to 6-5. And then when Cerundolo was trying to make the fourth set to a tie break, and he was fighting Cerundolo, he was just throwing everything at Djokovic. Djokovic was throwing everything at Cerundolo, and Djokovic finally, in his fourth set point, in that fourth set, in that 12th game of the fourth set, in his fourth set point, he won that fourth set 7-5. And leveled the match 2-all. And then when the match became 2-all, I knew that this is advantage Djokovic. Djokovic is the more experienced one here. Djokovic is the better player here. Djokovic is the player who has done this kind of a comeback much more times than Cerundolo. So I had Djokovic as my slightest favorite winning that fifth set. I even talked to a friend of mine, and I told him, I said to him, I give 60% winning chance to Djokovic now and 40% winning chance to Cerundolo when they came into that fifth set. And correctly so, Djokovic won that fifth set 6-3 after actually coming up an early break in that fifth set. Djokovic held his serve to 1-0 in that fifth set, and then broke Cerundolo's serve to 2-0. But Cerundolo, he didn't give up. He tried. He really fought like a lion out there, and Djokovic was broken back in that beginning of the fifth set. So and then they held serve until that 8th game of the fifth set, until that 4-3 game, where Cerundolo was trying to hold his serve, but Djokovic, he broke to 5-3, and then Djokovic served out the match 6-3 in the end, without any kind of a trouble. So he showed really great mental toughness towards the end of the match, Djokovic, because it is not easy serving out matches, especially after you have played over 4 hours. I think they played 4 hours and 37 minutes, something like that. Especially after having an injury scare in the beginning of the second set, which I should not forget to mention, because Djokovic, he slipped in the beginning of the second set, and he, I don't know what happened to his leg, but he had the trainer inside. They gave him treatment, so he didn't move that tremendously good in that second set, especially not in the beginning of the second set. But towards the end of the second set, he tried to move better, and it felt like his leg or knee or whatever it was started to feel better for him. But for sure, he couldn't move 100% great in the beginning of the second set after he slipped in that on that clay. So considering all this, having an injury scare, slipping on the clay, having the trainer inside, giving him treatment, going down 2-1 down in sets, and if this was not enough, baby, being 37 years old, despite all this, he comes back like a warrior, like a Terminator, like a lion, Novak Djokovic. How can you not be impressed with his performance? How was the score in total? The score, Djokovic won the first set 6-1. He was in cruise control in the first set, Djokovic, and gave Sorrentino a breathtaking in that first set. In the second, like I mentioned, he slipped at the beginning of the second set. He couldn't move quite superior like he wished to do. And the trainer was in the court and gave him treatment. He lost that second set towards the end with 7-5. And then he lost the third 6-3. Then he came back and won the fourth 7-5. And then he won the fifth final set 6-3, Novak Djokovic. After coming back 2-1 down for the second consecutive match, after playing more than 4 hours for second consecutive match, I believe his match against Musetti was 4 hours and 29 minutes. This match against Cerundolo was 4 hours and 37 minutes. Novak Djokovic, he's not in his prime of his career. He's not in his peak of his career. He's in the end of his career. But he's still very hard to defeat, especially in best-of-5 set matches. Even though you can be up in the lead, 2-1 up in the lead, like Sorrentino was in the fourth round, like Musetti was in the fourth round, but you have still not finished him off until you win the last point, because Djokovic is one of the biggest tennis warriors that we have ever seen, together with Rafael Nadal. How was the stat? Djokovic, he did 6 aces, 2 double faults. He landed 67% first serve in. He won 69% behind his first serve, which is not great to be quite honest. We are used to see Djokovic winning much more points behind his first serve, which I talked about after the Musetti match. We are used to see Djokovic winning between 75 to 80% behind his first serve. That is not happening in at least late of his career. He won 69% behind his first serve. He won 50% behind his second serve. It was kind of similar stats like he had against Musetti. Because Musetti won 69% behind his first serve. He won 49% behind his second serve. It was kind of similar stats here as well. Just slightly better winning points behind his second serve against Cerundolo with 50%. Djokovic broke a serve 6 times out of 11 big champions that he had. He did 52 winners and 46 unforced errors. So Djokovic does 6 more winners than unforced errors. All in all, Djokovic won 171 points in the entire match. Cerundolo, he did 3 aces and 2 double faults. He landed 65% first serve in. He was winning only 61% in his first serve. So Djokovic was taking his teeth really good into Cerundolo's service games. You can see that on stats. Cerundolo won only 61% behind his first serve. Cerundolo strangely won more points behind his second serve, which was 63%. Cerundolo won more points behind his second serve than he won behind his first serve, which is very, very rarely you see in tennis. So Cerundolo did a much better job in winning points behind his second serve than Djokovic. Cerundolo won 63% of the points behind his second serve, compared with Djokovic, who won 50% behind his second serves. And Cerundolo broke Novak's serve 4 times out of 19 break-point opportunities that he had. So he had a lot of break-point opportunities, and he did 68 winners. That's unbelievable. And 45 unforced errors. So Cerundolo does 23 more winners than unforced errors. Unbelievable stuff. So Cerundolo did a really good match, to be quite honest. He didn't defeat himself. Djokovic defeated him. And it was not like he faded out like Musetti did in the 5th set in the 3rd round, where Djokovic weighed Musetti down physically. It was not quite what happened here. Djokovic just was the better player in the skill set in the 5th set. Not that Djokovic wear Cerundolo down in the physicality department, at least not according to me. All in all, Cerundolo won 158 points the entire match. So Djokovic wins 13 more points than Cerundolo the entire match. Yeah, Djokovic is through to the quarterfinal, but this level would definitely not be enough for him to win the French Open. Absolutely not. He can come away against players like Musetti with this level. He can come away against players like Cerundolo with this level, but he for sure needs to raise his level for him to have a chance to even go to the final, let alone win the title. He's not in the best shape of his life, Djokovic. He's not in his prime of his career, Djokovic. He's not in his peak of his career, Djokovic. But you still need to be impressed with the dude. The dude is not going down easy. He's defeating players who are 10, 15 years older than he, or younger than him. It's not easy winning tennis matches this late in your career, at least, especially not on this high level like Grand Slams are, and he's still doing. He has made it to the quarterfinal. He's made it to the quarterfinal for I don't know how many quarterfinals he has in his career. For sure, a lot in Grand Slams. I mean Djokovic. So how can you not be impressed? He's not going down, even though he's down in the score, 1-2 down in sets, like it was in the Musetti match in the third round, like it was in the Cerundolo match in the fourth round. Despite all this disadvantages, despite coming down in the score, he still comes up as a winner because he's Novak Djokovic. He is the warrior. He's the machine. He has that never giving up attitude. Will he win this French Open? Absolutely not. But this for sure should give Novak Djokovic much hope for the Wimbledon that comes later this summer. But because if he can go this deep at French Open, and if he can dig deep this much at French Open and come as a winner when he's down 2-1 down in scores both in the third and the fourth round, for sure that should give Djokovic hope at Wimbledon, where that surface suits him much better than it does on clay. Alright guys, I hope you did the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, see you next time. Peace.